Hey there, welcome back guys, and today we're going to be talking about spaghetti. That's right, the kind you eat at a restaurant, but the kind that you get from your 3D prints. Sometimes you download this amazing file and you want to print something, right? And it looks like this. In case you can't see, I'll just swing the camera around. And as you can see, we'll just move this out of the way. Here, check it out. Amazing, it's finished. Look how smooth it is and everything. And then you come back to something. Actually, hey, why not? It should be in here somewhere. I should have saved the file. Well, not really saved the file, but sometimes you might come back, right, to something that looks like that. Just weird and strange and bendy. You might come back to a bird's nest, something that looks like that. If that makes any sense. Let me just shrink that in a little bit. Move this like that. Oh, there we go. A bird's nest that looks like that. You just come back and your printer's entangled, or you might come back to the file that's supposed to look finished, but for some reason something happened along the way and you're stuck with that. But the one that got me, to be honest with you, which left me stumped. Oh, sometimes finished ones come like this, but I had to print this one again. See how it's just weird looking, and it's just hit or miss. You could have all your settings set correctly, right, and then nothing works. Like for example, I just printed in another file, and it came out amazing. I'm like, oh my god, what just happened? Everything came out perfectly. So my plan is to try and print this again, because apparently the guy who created this file, I'll leave a link to this in the description, somehow teaches people how to get their shit right so that they can have these smooth contour lines and get it so that it doesn't turn into this. Sometimes you have to, sometimes it's in the file, sometimes it's a corrupt file and it just doesn't work. Like whereas this, you know, I can print this next, and I can print this after, and it comes out like that. So sometimes it's not always your bed. But what we want to do today is we want to avoid the spaghetti and the there will be more drone videos. It's just too cold to be outside. You just want to avoid it building up. So what happens is something will start, and then it'll just continue, and it'll just spiraling, and turning into a nest. And I'm thinking like, wow, how do I fix this? And I figured out I can fix it with one of these. It's called the smart plug, and actually a mini camera. So the trick is to put a smart plug. Of course, you don't want to connect the smart plug to the smart camera. You want to connect the printer to the smart plug. So for example, if I'm viewing the camera, I'm like, oh my god, it's turning into spaghetti, it's going to clog and everything. So I say this, Alexa, turn off studio lights.
Okay.
See? Voila. So the printer will shut off and I won't come back to a clogged nozzle. Of course you have to check, but you know, some of these prints, for example, this print can take 3 to 4 hours, right? Alexa, turn on studio lights.
Okay.
So some of these prints can take 3 to 4 hours and you're not going to find out until you get home. So with a mini cam or whatever cam you want, and with a smart plug, that should solve the problem with, you know, it clogging when you come back and coming back to this huge mess. It's not going to, you know, solve the issue because, you know, you might still have to calibrate, troubleshoot, etc. But it beats, you know, going out to coming back to a clogged nozzle. And sometimes you might have to replace it. Sometimes you may have to take it apart because it just gets stuck in there. And this saves time. So you can see we have here the smart plug by Alexa. We'll have a look at that first really quick. Don't worry about this. Which is kind of neat because I want to print this again and I want to rule out, is it the file or is it something else in my settings. And as you can see, I printed one, but I want to print one more, and I want to be able to leave the house. I want to be like, oh no, I gotta watch, I can't go for a bike ride, guys, I just need to watch my printer. So this is it. It's just a regular smart plug. You plug in your thing here, right, and then you you know, set it and forget it. You can manually override it, but of course I won't need to because I can do it via my phone, okay, because it goes onto your Wi-Fi network. As for the camera, let me just leave that there. You just need to make sure you have a socket. So if you don't have a socket available, you know, you'll figure it out, I'm sure. It's not your first rodeo with plugging stuff in. Anyway, this looks kind of neat. There's a code you can scan, so you can download the app. So because it works with the app, right? And as you can see, nice. Oh, it's a little magnetic thing in there. I think you can magnetically attach it, I believe. Of course, it plugs in. There's a really long cord, which is great, so you don't have to worry about not having, you know, enough slack. Wow, I wonder how long this is. This is definitely over 6 feet, which is kind of neat. Yeah, this is nice. And then you can put the camera. Wow, yeah, I'd say about 6 feet around there. So this goes in here, I believe, like that, right? And look, they actually took into consideration making sure you have enough room, making this narrow. So hopefully, you know, it fits in. And then this goes, it's micro USB, but that's fine. It doesn't really matter whether it's micro or this or that because it's going into the back there. Look at that. And let's see what kind of angles we get. Oh, sweet. So we have angles like that. Could put it up. You know, I'm probably going to put it next to the printer, so you know I can spy on it every now and again and check it out. Let's see if there's anything else in here though. Some screws, I guess, for mounting, and some directions, which I'll have a look at. Any goodies behind the scenes? Nope, nothing behind there. Just some screw. I wonder where you would mount it though. Oh, I see. This comes off. There's a plate, so it's screwed on, similar to your home security camera. If you have one, you know they all come with mounts. So this, I believe, pops out. Let's see if we can pop it out like this. I presume, like, too bad there aren't any instructions that actually show you how to pop it out. You know, we do know, presumably. I believe. Unless we put this in. Right. Ah, there we go. You hear it pop? See that? You gotta pop it. It's a little tricky and intimidating because you don't want to break it. See? And then this, most likely this might screw off. Let's see. So you have two screws here. But the question is, how do you screw it on? We'll make this easy, I tell you that much. Voila. Okay, so this is just a little something that's in there. It's heavy, but no, it's not magnetic. Just a regular simple plate. I guess you know, if you have a magnet you want to stick to it, you can do it like that. But as you can see, it simply does nothing. But you have to find a magnetic surface to stick it to. And as you can see, this doesn't come out unless you pop this out. You hear that clicking though? Like as you can, like it's a strange clicking sound. Ah, there you go. The back pops off. Interesting. All right. Don't break it, as you can see. I'm like, did I break it? So you got to snap it off, which is a little intimidating and tricky. And as you can see, this part is really hard to get off, right? It's not as fluid as you think it is. But the good thing is, since we're not going to be mounting it, right? We're just going to be putting it on the table. I can put this back, right? Yeah, it's not. I have many cameras in my time. This one is tricky and intimidating. And I could see how you could probably break this accidentally if you don't know what you're doing. Nice. So I'll leave a link to that in the description. This is not, you know, you could really break this. And see, it's not a screw. It's just a pop, 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 right? So now to put it back in, it just pops in. This looks like that could be your screw or reset button. Amazing how there aren't any directions. So even if I wanted to reset it, right, but I'd have to get in there, take this off. Let's see if that actually presses. Yeah, It is a reset button. Good luck getting that. If you need to do a hard reset, hopefully it doesn't require it, because as you see, oops, the only way to get in there is to squeeze this thing off. And now, voila, pop that off. So, oh, I gotta reset it. This is support. How can I help you? Yes, you're having trouble with your camera? Okay, you're gonna need to press the reset button. Really? Put my foot like that, one like this, and then somehow you can get that in there. Maybe this way. Well, it's a little bit accessible, but not straight. It has to be really short, and you have to have small hands. So yeah, but other than that, you know, let's hope it's a good camera. Let's hope its functionality isn't as bad as its serviceability or, you know, maneuverability. But you know, it bends, as you can see. It's in there. Yeah, but I want to put it over there, and I want to plug this in over there, and see how it goes. This is great. I got it working. As you can see, the camera's right there. It's on the box. You could always make a little stand, or maybe print a little 3D stand for your camera, right? And what you really want to do is you just want to be able to watch remotely, right? And make sure your prints aren't going haywire, because when they do, and there's no control you have over it until you get home. It could be hours away, days away, minutes away, and whatever, how far away you are, there's no need to worry, because you can watch the camera and then say, hey Alexa, you know, turn off studio lights. Alexa, turn off studio lights.
Okay.
See, and then the printer will shut off. Alexa, turn on studio lights.
Okay.
And then of course the printer will turn on, but you know, preventative is always cheaper than damage control. So let's see, print, not possible fix, but I believe I have a different SD card that I want to print from, another fidget that will print. It's the other one that doesn't for some reason. This fidget doesn't print, but the other one does. This one's called the Onion. Yeah, I think the name says it all, the Onion, because it really will leave you in tears. All right, let's see how it prints. I'm just going to download a file onto the SD card so I can just run to the store, and hopefully I'll be able to come back to some amazing prints. And sometimes it could be your leveling that's off, or sometimes it could be the file that was created by the engineer, and you know, to them it was good, but to us it just creates one big mess. But anyway, I got to go to the store, and I'll see you guys in a bit. Attention all Home Depot customers, the store will be closing in 5 minutes. We're closing. No, just kidding. Yeah, so let's say you're at the store and you're printing something in 3D and you can't go back, right? You're like, oh shit, my print, what do I do? Well, if you're here, there, or anywhere, you can just go into the app, the Blink app, and see how your print's doing. So let's actually see and have a look at how it's doing. 1 second, I'll be back. Just want to have a look at this lovely refrigerator. I'll put it in there. See how it works. All right, so I'll see you guys when we come back. So this is pretty good, actually. You open up the Blink app, everything happens in real time. The only thing I forgot to do is take off that sticker. There's a filament sticker on there to protect the lens, but as you can see, it's pretty good. Take the sticker off and you'll get even a better resolution. As you can see, I can see everything on the bed. Everything's all about lighting, so it looks like I could use a little bit of a brighter light. And don't forget, it actually works in the dark too. Let's see, we're going to go back, and this is the application right here where you can control things. Let's say you need to hit that panic button. Of course, you have to name it, you know, rename your light, maybe 3D lamp, and just believe it has a designated experience, so that it's only the printer that's connected and not other lights. So in this, you know, in this case, I have it connected to the lights and the printer, but you know, just plug the printer only in, because there's only one plug in there anyway. And you know, ideally, you know, you just want designated connection from your printer to the Alexa smart plug, which works really well. Look at that.
What would you like to rename?
Look at that. It's just working. And see, check it out. And then you can just go back, you know, see, you can get live up. It's a live stream. So, you know, that's what all you're going to see. Oh, nothing to eat in there. I'm still hungry. All right, there we go. So as you can see, it's still working no matter where you are. at home, at play. Excellent idea to keep those prints going, and life can go on. You don't have to stay home. You can just go to Home Depot instead. And that's pretty much it. Keep an eye on your prints while you're away, or even while you're home. You could be upstairs, you could be downstairs, you could be folding laundry, you could be in the yard doing the yard work, and you don't want to go back in because you've got mud on your shoes. You can go back in and control it from here. So not only can you control it by saying, Alexa, shut off the lights.
A few things share the main lights.
You have to know the
Which
exact
one do you
name.
want?
Studio lights.
Okay.
See? I don't need that. The echo. And so you can control it that way. Alexa, turn on studio lights. Oh, Alexa, turn on studio lights.
Okay.
And, you know, your printer will turn back on. Of course, I wouldn't allow it to print until you got back home, but you don't have to control it via voice, but you can also control it via the app, which I will show you right here. There's actually a smart app. I believe it's called Home? No. Smart Life app, and you add your devices there. So as you can see, if you look here, I have studio lights, living room, etc. And now, there's a new one. So you just keep adding them, and then what you do is you can control it from here, from your phone, so you don't have to say anything. Let's say voila. So no voice commands. You can do it from your phone to Android, Apple, or Galaxy. It'll work on any device. As long as, and what's good about the smart devices, I believe there's more than one app that you can add it to, so it doesn't have to be this one that I'll leave in the link in the description. You could use others. So if you have trouble adding it, which is great. Anyway, I hope this video helped you from preventing your prints from becoming a big bowl of spaghetti. It might turn into spaghetti, but just a little bowl of antipasta is better than a big bowl of bolognese. Anyway, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down below, or ideas for other videos. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.